Hey carnivores, good Saturday morning. I've been out doing my grocery shopping. I went by Winn-Dixie and I am positive that I have done a video in these exact conditions before. I'm stuck in a rainstorm in the PetSmart parking lot. We're under a tornado watch, so I'm going to try to get home. You hear that thunder? Before it goes crazy. But I gotta get dog food, and that's part of my Saturday shopping trip. And I don't want to hear crap about it. I know my dog needs to be eating carnivore, but it hasn't worked out so far. Too many days of cleaning bloody diarrhea up off the floor, and too many $600 vet visits where she had to stay overnight and get IV fluids and just all kind of stuff. It's been awful. And before you tell me what to do to fix it, we've been doing this. We've been trying to figure it out for 5 years. Whatever you're thinking, I promise I've already tried it. But anyway, she eats some low-fat dog food. And every once in a while, I can give her like ground turkey. I give it to her raw, and she can eat a little bit of it, but over 2 tablespoons a day. You try to build it up a little bit over time, and once she gets over the 2 tablespoons a day mark, her stool starts getting soft, and I'm just not willing to put her through that. If she's that sick, she must feel terrible. And I know it's not the best thing for her, but she eats kibble. I had a conversation. I had another dog who was and this was at least 10 years ago, probably, who had just a particular, a sensitive stomach, I guess. And was at Pet Sense, which is what we had in the city where I was living before. And I met another guy who was picking up the same bag of dog food that I was, the same kind, and it was really expensive. It was like $50, which that was 10 years ago. $50 for a bag of dog food is nothing now. I spend $20 on probably a 6-pound bag of this stuff that I get. But back then, that was a lot. And the guy said, I never thought I'd be spending $50 on a bag of dog food. And I said, I know, me either, but whenever you find something that stops the vomiting and the diarrhea, whatever it is, and however much it costs, you buy it. So that's what I've done. I found something that, lets her live a relatively comfortable existence. It's got to be better than whatever was going on before. And she doesn't understand that. If I wanted to go through a phase of bloody diarrhea to change my own diet, that would be one thing. That would be my own choice. But to do that to her seems terrible. But anyway, that was a long rant about my dog because I feel guilty sitting out here in the dog to get kibble when I wish I could be feeding her meat. But anyway. So just this is just kind of a check-in. I've been staying off the scale. I've decided I don't want to weigh again until the new year, so I'll see how it's been going. And I've been staying on plan, so that's not an issue. For Christmas Day, I ate ground beef mostly, and maybe some roast. Oh, I wanted to fill you in on how that brisket went. It was not fatty at all. It didn't have any fat that I could trim off, which I found unusual. But I cooked it in a crock pot. It didn't make a bunch of fatty liquid in the bottom, just a little bit. I didn't add any liquid to it or anything. But, and it tastes exactly like any other kind of roast. So it tastes like a chuck roast or a shoulder roast or whatever. Nothing fancy, It was cheap, and $4.99 maybe a pound. So in that regard, it was worth it. But I couldn't tell the difference between it and any other kind of roast. So no harm, no foul. And for the rest of the time, we're just eating ground beef. Obviously, a little bit of butter and eggs 2 or 3 days a week, maybe. Sometimes just 1 day a week. So I like to have a good scramble. And that's what I do every once in a while when I've got time to sit down and cook. Because mostly I just put some meat in the air fryer and don't think about it again. Cooking scrambled eggs requires standing over the stove for 3 minutes while they scramble. But this time I got stuff a little bit different. Just wanted to try some, what is it? Today's the 29th. So, and I ended up, I got 3-pound chubs of ground beef from Winn-Dixie. They have them for $10.98 per chub, so that's 3 something a pound. I don't know. Yeah, 3 something a pound, and that's a pretty decent price. And they also had 3-pound packs of bacon for $11, which is cheap. That thick cut stuff that I like to buy, because that stuff has gotten to where the 3-pound packages of it are $17 or $20. Stuff is just wild, getting expensive. And it's not just meat. I mean, I had to buy paper towels, and I got like a 6-pack of Sparkle, which is kind of a cheap kind, and that was $7.99 maybe. But they had a 2-roll package of Bounty paper towels. Now these were good size rolls. You could tell they were like mega rolls or something. They were over $17. How do I pay $17 for 2 rolls of paper towels? That's outrageous to me. So stuff's getting too expensive to buy, and it ain't just meat. But what else did I get? Oh, I also found something that I used to love, but I haven't been able to find lately, which is bacon ends and pieces. There was a 3-pound package of bacon ends and pieces for $9.99. So again, that's 3 something a pound for bacon, which is again a good price. And I love bacon ends and pieces. I like them better than sliced bacon. And I used to get them all the time. They used to just be available at the grocery store, but now they're not there. It's been years, and I could never find them, but shoot, I hope they keep having it. And I also got a pack of sausage. Trying to think if I can think of the name. It's Manda, I believe, brand sausage, but it's got 1 carb per serving, so, it's like less than 2% of corn syrup, solids, and whatever, all of the terrible stuff. But, sometimes you just want something else. I think that's all the food I got. I had to get some sponges. And, that's probably it. Oh, I got just a regular pack of unsalted butter, a pound of unsalted butter. And I got the cheap stuff, which is $4.99 a pound. So butter costs as much more than ground beef. And the, like Land O'Lakes and Charger, which are, I guess, premium brands, they were $8 for those 1-pound packages. That's just, geez. I mean, it's not hard to afford groceries because I'm carnivore. Everything is just way too expensive now to live. But this should be my last grocery shopping trip for the year. And at some point, once I get my stuff all entered in, I'll kind of make a little video saying how much, because this entire year, from January through December, I have only bought carnivore food. And typically I spend like $300 to $400 a month. There were a couple of months when I spent over $500. When something was up, like for Thanksgiving, I bought a $65 turkey and a $85 tomahawk steak. So, sometimes things come up. But for the most part, it's $300 to $400 a month. And I'll just kind of tally up the total once I add in what I've spent today and divide that by 12 and see how much I spent, what my average was grocery spending. For one person, I only count my own groceries. Whenever I am adding in my grocery, how much I spent on my groceries when I'm adding my grocery receipt to my budget, I only count food for me. Like if I buy different kind of foods for just my son, or anything else, I don't count that as my groceries. I count that as, I actually put it in the gift category because it's something I'm buying for something else and for someone else. So, yeah, I'll have a good idea of what I spend as just a single person eating carnivore for the whole year. And I can share that with you, um, you know, probably next week. I've gotten to where I just do these videos once a week. And that may change. I kind of do it as I get in the mood. And during the work week, I'm just not in the mood. I don't want to do it whenever I first get up in the morning because this, you can see this line right here. It's much worse. It's calmed down some. This is from part of my CPAP mask. I also wear this chin strap to keep everything, to keep my mouth closed and to keep my my beanie on. I wear this satin beanie to keep my hair from getting in knots because the CPAP machine was like, it makes my hair tangled real bad. So I cover up my hair, then I put on a chin strap, and then I put on my CPAP mask. So I got a lot of crap going on around my head and my face while I'm trying to sleep, and it leaves marks that stay there for a few hours. So, I mean, I could, it would be good to do a video when I first wake up in the morning, but I don't want to, my face looks crazy. So, and then I could do one in the evening after work, but then I've been, at work for 9 hours, and it's past 7 o'clock at night, and I don't feel like it. So, Saturday morning, whenever I'm out doing grocery shopping, is a good time. But I will see you all next time. I hope y'all are having a wonderful holiday and spending time with your family, or as one of my workmates says, happy last week of December if you don't celebrate anything. But I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one.